The weigh-in for Misfits Series 4 just wrapped up. We saw a few little crazy things. Astrid Wed had a little back and forth with Elle Brook. Josh had a few pound advantage on Salt Poppy. And a famous fighting reporter, Michael Benson, tweeted out his thoughts on what's going on here in the weigh-in. While the weigh-in had a few little exciting moments, I think it's time we break down our predictions for these fights. Starting with Anthony Taylor versus Idris Virgo. Now, there's a few things to this fight that are really important to cover. Anthony Taylor is a slippery fighter. He knows how to get on the inside and apply pressure in a heavy way, but Idris Virgo is an experienced boxer. He's 12-0. He's looking to make this 13-0. While he's not necessarily a knockout artist, he is still an exceptional boxer in his own right. While I want to see Anthony Taylor continue his reign here in this scene, I have a feeling that Idris Virgo is going to walk away with that unanimous decision. Next up on the card, we got to talk about Elle Brook versus Faith Ordway. Now, this is a super tricky fight to call because we haven't seen too much from either fighter. Elle Brook's first fight wasn't too much of a showing. She had a limited time to prepare for that one and realistically didn't have too much skill on the day. Moving forward though, Elle definitely has stepped up her game and has a shot to take this fight. However, Faith has a really good reach advantage over Elle. Her height and lankiness is probably what's going to define this fight, which is why I'm going to say Faith is going to win by unanimous decision. Now let's dive into Ryan Taylor versus Swarmz. Now, Swarmz is looking in the best shape of his life. He's definitely taken this boxing very, very seriously and stepped up in a lot of ways. While Ryan Taylor is no slouch, I definitely think he hasn't taken this fight as seriously as he's taken other fights. He even came forward and said he was too busy to train and he's sick right now. Based on those two facts and also the fact that Swarmz has been dedicating his time to this the last few months, I'm going to pick Swarmz by unanimous decision. Now, next on the list is this mystery opponent versus B-Dave. I'm not even going to try to comment on it, but if it is Alex Wasabi going up against B-Dave, which is what the rumors are saying, I think Alex walks away with it. Either way, that's going to be one fight we have to wait until tomorrow to see. Now, my personal fight of the night prediction is going to be Salt Poppy versus Josh Bruckner. This is definitely going to be a war in the square circle. Both these fighters have shown significant skill leading up to this fight. However, Josh Bruckner has shown that he can handle higher level opposition that Salt Poppy unfortunately hasn't had the opportunity to show. Now, Salt Poppy has said that he hasn't shown everything that he has to offer, but it's going to be a close one. Even though Josh Bruckner's had better opposition, I have a feeling Salt Poppy may be able to walk away with this, which is why I'm going to take the risk and say Salt Poppy wins by TKO. Now time for our co-main event, Slim versus Tom Zanetti. This fight has by far caused the most roller coaster of emotion and thought that I've had across this entire card. While Slim is an incredible fighter and definitely has more experience than Tom Zanetti, Tom's sheer size and power is going to be a problem for Slim. We saw Slim against Ryan Taylor struggle with some of the same things, where we saw Slim fight with emotion, and it caused a lot of holes to be exposed in his game plan when he was fighting Ryan Taylor. So if Slim fights the same way, I think Tom Zanetti could actually walk away with this one. However, that's not my pick. I'm going to go ahead and say Slim walks away with a unanimous decision. While I'd love to see a KO, TKO here in this fight, I just don't see it happening. Tom Zanetti's a tough guy, and it's going to be a really, really good fight for Slim. However, I still see him coming out on top. Now let's talk about the main event of the fight. It's KSI versus FaZe Temper. While we know this fight is definitely a better one than Dylan Dennis, the community is definitely a bit torn. While most of the people are saying KSI is going to win, a lot of people are calling this a 50-50 fight. With those odds, it could go either way. If Temper can control the pace and keep KSI at a distance, he could actually walk away with that decision. However, we know KSI doesn't get stuck at distance. He's a good inside fighter, he knows how to get on the inside, and he knows how to constantly apply pressure non-stop. There is one thing that worries me though. With this being such a close fight, and all the pressure that's on KSI's shoulders to deliver, not only in this fight in comparison to Slim and other things, but also on his path to take on Jake Paul, that pressure could end up folding him a bit. While up until this point, he hasn't lost, and he hasn't let the pressure get to him, it's still a lot to put on your shoulders for one person. So if KSI is not careful and he continues to underestimate Temper, could be a bad night for KSI, and it could end all of this early. While this one could be the biggest upset of the night, I'm still going to go with KSI to win by either TKO or KO. I can't see this going past round 4. So it's going to be a good one. It's going to be a fight for the ages. And honestly, that's what makes this card so special. I'm going to be real with you guys. I think the main winners of all this is us, because we're going to have an incredible Saturday night.